It's perfect!
Alright, a quick preamble before we begin. And I'm re-recording this because the first time I did it in the dark, so probably wasn't good for audience retention. Tails is already falling down. Yeah, how about right there? You guys still in frame? I'm gonna assume you are. So yeah, this is not my normal type of video, but I guess if there's a video that might actually break out on YouTube, it would be this one. Sonic fan reacts to the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Maybe you would click on it. Give you some context on the path I took to get to where I am now. I was your typical 80s kid, family had an NES, never even knew there was a Master System, played the Mario trilogy, I watched the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. Probably, well, I did have VHS copies of some of the episodes. I might still have them somewhere in the house. Naturally, our family jumped to the Super Nintendo. But I think it wasn't even 2 years later, we also got a Sega Genesis. And that is where my loyalties shifted away. But then our family got the PlayStation, and we all became Sony fanboys. Because of course. We still did come back to also get an N64, but we never got a Saturn. Then my brother left the house, and it was just me in charge of getting consoles. So I decided I'm going to get a Dreamcast. Then I got a PlayStation 2. Then I got a Sega CD. Then I got a Saturn. And eventually down the line I got an Xbox. But I never got a GameCube. Fast forward a few years later, and it was 360, PS3, and Wii. All within a short order, and in a respective order. Many more years later, I got a PS4 and a Wii U, albeit when it was on the outs, and I've even got an Xbox One. There, you're basically up to date. Except for one interesting fact, I actually have not played a Mario game since '64. The game, not the year. Even though I bought the games actually just a couple years ago. I've never played them, but I bought them because, well, I'm hoping I'll play them sometime, but yeah, haven't really found the time. So clearly I've fallen off the Mario wagon at some point. Alright, the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Start. Yeah, I guess I'll just kind of sit like this. I can't put my feet up because the camera's right there. Alright. Mark. Well, Sega already has you beat on the logo, Nintendo. Mario might not be cool, but Bowser's cool. Or at least he's cool in this part. This part did get me to chuckle during the trailer. I don't know if I full out chuckled, but I did at least smirk.
That is but a taste of our fury.
It's actually in an item box. I used to watch the show.
It's me, Mario. Luigi, are you tired of paying too much for plumbing? Mamma mia! That's why the Super Mario Brothers are here. To save Brooklyn. And the Queens. And the old island.
Thank you, Super Mario Bros. It seems like the only thing you haven't drained is my bank account.
Forget the expensive plumbing companies over here. Just the best with the Super Mario Brothers.
So who exactly are the others who get all the fame?
Yeah, it's me!
Are you talking about the other plumbers? Because are plumbers like getting all the fame in this world, but not them? Punch Out Pizzeria. I mean, I could just point out that you could have walked around that thing.
That's Francis. He likes you.
Dog-related humor always will get me. Huh, did you ever shimmy over pipes in a Mario game? I don't remember that.
Oh. What is this place?
It's not just a normal part of the New York subway? Well, I guess not if that's a warp pipe that no one has ever found before. You know, I guess I'll just take this part to say that I don't really have a big opinion on Chris Pratt.
That mushroom will die! Oh, I'm sorry. That one's
After all, I did used to watch the cartoon, so
Mushroom Man talking to me.
pleased to meet you.
I'm used to Mario not sounding like Charles Martinet.
Mario?
Martinet. I'm not sure how it's pronounced.
Yeah, I'm actually looking for somebody. My brother, in fact. He looks exactly like me, but tall and skinny. And green. See, last time I saw him,
Well, he's wearing green. That was actually kind of good.
Does this thing work? Yeah, it's working great. You just have to blow into it.
Oh, is that a reference to NES cartridges? Okay, well, I caught that one from the Mario 64. Now, I will say that
Oh, hey, I need to see the princess. It's an
if
emergency.
I was enjoying this more, the jokes probably would actually be funny.
I never heard of any princess.
Oh wait, I did. Our princess though is in another castle.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You should try another castle, maybe. She ain't in this one.
Okay, that one would not have been funny.
Together, we'll annihilate that monster.
Gentlemen,
You said annihilate.
collide.
Wow, this movie really moves fast. Did he kick him in the junk? So were these actually not fireballs in some of the games? Because I know they were fireballs in the first game.
Is it working?
A little bit. Yeah.
Okay, Super Troopers. Bombs? I always thought they were bombs. Goombas. Lakitas. Lakitus.
Goombas! Whatever those things are! After years of searching for the
Oh,
superstar,
they actually rattled them off anyway.
soon we will
Hammer
arrive
Brothers.
at the Mushroom Kingdom!
Piranha Plants.
Bury me in a fairy tale wedding!
Yeah. Did he say marry their princess?
Doesn't she hate you?
Of course she hates me!
Shy Guys and Snippets. See, I mean, I've played enough Mario games to remember a few things. Especially since Shy Guys were my favorite.
He's not important.
I don't know, I mean, on paper, these jokes do seem like they could be funny. Okay, that part was trimmed down from the trailer.
I'll never let anyone
I
hurt
don't know if I've been watching this movie. Well, if it's any consolation, I generally don't laugh much during movies, but... I mean, I thought the Sonic movies were pretty funny. Oh,
So cool.
I'll shut up. Like, if you can get
What is your name?
more than 5 laughs out of me,
Luigi.
you're doing really well.
May I lift the cover?
Not yet. Pain is the best teacher.
That was a smirk. It got a smirk out of me.
Thinking about your brother?
We've never been apart this long.
Don't worry. We're going to save him.
Well, there's probably something to be said there if you really have not been away from each other that long. How long has it been? Has it even been a few days? I mean, Mario's like got to be in his 20s, right? At least. I have no idea what Mario is in canon.
Do princesses find him attractive?
They do if we have good days.
Get him out of my sight! We'll see how tough this Mario is.
Another smirk.
In the same world, it is the same who's called crazy.
How long
I'm pretty certain you could escape from that cage if you wanted to.
Like hope.
I mean, I know all the bullet points for the music.
So, I heard you want my army.
Yes, Your Highness. Without your help, the Mushroom Kingdom will
Cranky
be
sounds a little weird.
What makes you think you're worthy of fighting alongside the greatest army in the world?
Yeah, I would have thought that Cranky would sound a lot older. You know, this movie might actually be funnier if they had less jokes.
I'm Donkey Kong. Hi, Dad. Hi. No, don't do that. Dad, wait back. Enough with the showboating.
This part might have got a chuckle out of me in the trailer.
It's on like Donkey Kong.
They had to use that line. Can you actually blow out a flower?
Oh, what am I, cat? Ah! You got the cat box! Oh my! Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay.
Now you die.
I let him win, just for the record. Really though? Why would you do that? You want to know why? It's mind your own business. That's why.
Sounds familiar, but
I hate you.
to the Mushroom Kingdom and the
so has Donkey Kong actually been in a Mario game since, well, Donkey Kong? I mean, aside from the kart games. I just find it kind of weird that they put him in here.
That is how you princess!
But the rest of the Kongs are fucked. Okay, I had to step away from the movie there for a second.
You don't deserve this, but you're invited to the royal wedding! Yay! Where you will all be ritualistically sacrificed!
Okay, I mean, that's a line that probably would have made me laugh under different circumstances. Okay, that was kind of funny.
What is this doing?
It makes you into Tails, apparently. I was saying in the games, didn't you just go like whoop 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 whoop? Yeah, Luigi, you're already dead. If nothing else, your hands would be absolutely burning, I'm sure, by now.
Launch the Barber Bill and destroy the Mushroom Kingdom!
Oh, is that what he said? I'm like, what? I did not understand what he said. Yes, the Bullet Bill, or Banzai Bill. So, oh, okay. What about that? Was that thing like just about to completely fuck up New York? Okay, but apparently it blows up, so I don't know why it needed to chase Mario. Pretty certain it could have just blown up the castle and Mario at the same time. Hey, ain't this what happened at the end of the first Mario movie? It's like, quickly, drop that thing that's preventing the fire from burning us, and then let's quickly run and grab the star before we get burned. You know, this does seem a little bit familiar somehow. Kind of like the end of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Okay, now that totally looks like a scene from Sonic the Hedgehog 2. But the fight's probably over at this point, though. Would you be able to hurt yourself to get rid of a power-up? Was that guy supposed to be Shigeru Miyamoto? I mean, I don't know who else that random guy with the gray hair. You know, it's a shame Mario and Luigi couldn't have been together for, you know, the entire movie. Should I wait for the after-credits scene? Well, if it's like the Sonic films and it's just after like this little animated segment. I mean, I know what it is. It's Yoshi. I do hope the Sonic movies take a little bit of a cue from this. Definitely need to have some music in the games. But man, I hope they don't copy... I hope they don't take the wrong lessons from this movie. Oh, so it is actually an end credit scene. Well, I know it's Yoshi, so I'm not waiting for it. Alright, back for final thoughts the very next day. I actually watched the movie, went to bed, slept on it, then woke up and made this video. I'm glad I did, because I definitely have much finer commentary to make. But first, I'll just say, the movie was okay. I didn't expect to really like it. And the movie was exactly what I expected it to be, a very basic kids movie. I knew the movie wasn't going to have a story. Mario games never really have a story. That's perfectly fine in a video game, but this ain't no video game. When you're sitting down and just simply watching something, it's a bit more of a drag. And this movie is basic kids fare. It's a bunch of scenes that are loosely tied together narratively. And even that's questionable when the whole Recruit the Kong army subplot ultimately amounts to jack shit. Because the monkeys do dick. Scenes happen one after another. Everything is very fast. Dialogue usually clocks in at a minute. The movie's got a few parts that go for some sort of heart, but they pretty much fall flat because they haven't been built up to anything. Toad just proclaims Mario to be his best friend despite knowing him all of one day and having done nothing but lead him around. Mario and Peach talk about how there's a galaxy out there and I'm guessing they're getting closer, but you kind of need some sort of build-up to have a payoff. I don't know, maybe other people have actually become attached to Mario and Peach, but I certainly haven't. There's a reason why I fell off the Mario wagon and am on the Sonic wagon. Because, sorry Mario fans, Mario's not cool. Sonic is. They tease up a theme of Mario being insecure and being put down, but it's all very superficial. He's got his moment of doubt at the finale, but it's all just hollow. The movie teases a nugget of family drama, but we never get any more context. Was Mario's father just an asshole? Or did he have a more well-founded reason? Is Mario something of a fuck-up? We will never know. Virtually nothing is taken seriously in this movie. Whenever there's a serious moment, it's always undercut by a joke. although I will admit that the action was better than I expected it to be. My favorite part is definitely when it goes all Mad Max, but even so, it doesn't really lose its light tone. Doesn't really feel like anything's at stake, which is strange considering how often they use the words kill and die. It's surprisingly blunt terminology for a movie that otherwise does not get serious. And I don't even think this is a bad structure for a movie. I think you could have actually had a legitimately good Mario movie if you just simply worked with what you actually set up. Even then, movies can still get away with not having a story. John Wick has a very basic story. The characters aren't very deep, but it is extremely artsy. There is a lot of lore in the John Wick franchise, and it has wicked awesome action. What does Mario have? Not much for me. What I was hoping, at least, to get out of this movie was a few good jokes. The movie is jam-packed full of jokes, but they're all kiddie fare of the lowest common denominator. The movie is absolutely full of cringe and groan. I'll have to recheck the footage, but I don't know if I laughed even once during the movie or the trailer, which I do have to admit that the trailer pretty much had all the funny bits shown, so I know I at least smirked, maybe I snorted during the trailer. And here's where I'm happy that I actually slept on the movie before coming back for this part. I'm thinking of the parts in the movie that came the closest to making me laugh. I'd probably say the funniest sequence was when they're being plumbers. The jokes honestly aren't bad. Anyone who's owned a dog knows exactly what that is. The shifts between the human expressions and the dogisms. I can look at each scene and say that this was a good idea, but I don't understand why it didn't land when I was watching the movie. Maybe I hit upon it in the reaction. I think the problem was the fact that the movie was always trying to have a joke every 5 seconds. So my guard was up. They're gonna make a joke. They made a joke. And I probably saw the joke coming. So as a result of this deluge of lame jokes, I was actually getting annoyed. Who knows, maybe if I watch the movie again, I'll actually laugh now that I know that there are good jokes and it's not just going to bore me the whole way through. So yes, I make that speculation. This movie probably would be funnier if it had less jokes. And I thought the Sonic movies had too many jokes in them. But okay, let's pause for a second. I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy here. I don't want to be a negative Nancy. So, let's talk about the good things. There are good things in the movie. Animation looks very good. Maybe even great. I haven't watched an animated movie since Onward, so I really have no base of comparison. Yeah, I bet you it's probably really dark in here, but I'm doing this because I don't think I'm going to make a full review of the movie. And the music. The one area where this trumps Sonic, in some respects at least, I don't understand why Paramount couldn't have put more music in the Sonic movies. There were a few snippets of Sonic music, but that was it. I think the first movie had 1, second movie had 2 apparently. I didn't even catch them. I mean, at least use the stuff that you composed for the trailers. Now, rechecking the footage, I'm still not sure how much of this music is straight from the games. It does seem to be chopped up into medleys. Obviously, I've got some really big gaps in my music memory, but I definitely can recognize some parts as medleys of different tunes. I don't know if Brian Tyler starts off with a Mario theme and then kind of does his own thing before coming back with some more Mario tunes. I don't know, someone will have to tell me. But yeah, this is a good soundtrack. It's easily the best part of the movie for me, and I really dig the credits medley. I mean, it doesn't compare to Die Hard with a Vengeance credits medley. But what does? But I'm not saying that all of the music has to be from the games. Case in point, Silent Hill had a soundtrack that was pretty much entirely from the games. I wasn't a big fan of it. I actually felt it was a bit lazy. You know, it's perfectly fine if the composer makes some of his own music. Okay, that is a major distinction against Silent Hill. It was actually music taken straight from the games. I don't have a problem with that either. It's just I thought it was a little too much. Oh, but of course, I do know some of that music is licensed. And yeah, got a scene in New York, no sleep till Brooklyn. A training montage, holding out for a hero. Yeah, saw that coming. Take on Me. I legitimately did not see that coming. Also did not see this song from Kill Bill and Transformers. I don't know what the actual song name is. Battle for Humanity and Honor or some shit. Yeah, not well chosen at all. It's all either cliche or ill-fitting. Now, the repurposed Nintendo tracks were well done. The Mario rap, the DK rap. So in the end, I'll say it's an okay movie. It wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't a good movie. But it succeeds at what it sets out to do. That is what I judge movies on. It was made for a specific audience to do a specific thing. When I watch an action movie, the most important thing to get right is having awesome action. You watch a comedy, the most important thing is to have good jokes. Mystery movie has to have a good mystery. Everything else, like good quality values, is icing on the cake. This movie was made for two main camps: little children and hardcore Mario fans. If you're both, you will love this movie. If you're a kid, you'll probably be captivated by this movie. If you're just a hardcore Mario fan, you'll probably enjoy it to some extent. If you're neither, but you're young at heart, you may or may not like this movie. And if you're none of the above, you will probably not like this movie. Me personally, I'm not a kid. I wouldn't call myself a Mario fan. I have history with Mario, but I'm not going to claim I'm a Mario fan if I haven't felt the urge to play a game in like 20 years. But I do consider myself young at heart. This movie didn't do anything for me. I'm sorry. But you know what did do something for me? Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Yeah, we have to draw comparisons. Super Mario Bros. Is a kid's movie. Sonic was a family movie. Just because a movie is aimed at kids doesn't mean it has to be a bunch of empty fluff. Sonic 2 was aimed at kids, but it was able to tell a story with some gravitas and seriousness. It integrates the source material in far more creative ways. It packed a lot more heart. It was way funnier. It was way more exciting. It was way cooler. I'm not saying that Nintendo should have tried to make Mario all cool and stuff. It kind of doesn't work. But the Mario movie doesn't try to give adults anything more than just fan service nostalgia. While clearly that was enough for a lot of people, it's not enough for me. There's a reason why I was never excited for a Mario movie. Because I knew it was basically going to be this. It's really an injustice that Mario was able to make $1.3 billion, but Sonic 2 only made $0.4 billion. But if they swapped release dates, their box office results would be a lot closer. I'm sure of this. If Sonic 2 released with an entire month to itself without any major competition in an IMAX release, I bet you it might have just cracked 800 million. Who knows, maybe more. I'm willing to put money on that bet. If Mario was going up against Harry Potter and the bad guys with Doctor Strange 2 1 month out, I don't know if it would have made $1 billion. It almost certainly would have still beaten Sonic, but the numbers would be a lot closer. Now, that all being said, while Mario made way more money, very few people will actually argue that Mario was a better movie than Sonic. So it at least has that going for it. And I'm not just talking the mainstream critics. Yes, they are a bunch of insufferably pretentious baby boomers who do not appreciate video game movies, but they do have a point here. That also means that they do not have Sonic or Mario bias. Sonic got noticeably better reviews because, yeah, it was a better movie. You didn't have to be a Sonic fan to like the Sonic movies. But I feel you pretty much have to be a Mario fan to like the Mario movie. I'm not saying it's bad. Movies are made for reasons, and obviously the movie was made for kids. So, mission accomplished. I'm not going to dunk on it for playing to its audience. So, in conclusion, it's an okay movie. It does what it sets out to do, and that is fine. To put a letter grade on it, I would give it a C. It's nothing special, but if you're interested, I'll give it the thumbs up. If I made a top 10, it would probably be in the 6 to 10 range. It was nowhere near as good as Sonic 2. I don't think it was anywhere near as good as Sonic 1. Or Silent Hill. Silent Hill is definitely the most Oscar-worthy video game movie, but it does have some bad writing that drags it down. After that, it gets blurry, but I would definitely watch either Mortal Kombat movie before I rewatch Mario Bros. I can honestly say I'd rather watch Uncharted or Rampage, so I guess I would probably put it at 8th place. And happily enough, we live in a world where that's no longer an insult. But alright, I am curious to see where the future goes from here. Both movies can definitely learn from each other. Mario proves that you can have a movie entirely dedicated on video game material and have it work. Paramount could definitely learn that lesson. And to their credit, Sonic 2 clearly illustrates that they're figuring that out because the humans were much less prominent. That doesn't mean I think it should go as hard as Mario did on the source material. Certainly not in the Easter egg department. It's like Silent Hill. I thought it was too much. Don't put it in there just to put it in there. And on the same subject, I sure hope they don't try to directly compete with the Mario movie, because that's not how Sega got a leg up on Nintendo back in the 90s. They didn't try to one-up Mario at his own game. Mario was aimed at kids. Sonic was aimed at teenagers. Sonic was the edgier alternative to Mario. They should lean into that. Go full PG-13. Make Sonic like Spider-Man or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The ones that are PG-13, that is. And I am happy to say that Mario can actually look up to the Sonic movies and see how much more ambitious they could be. Because I believe there could be a Mario movie that even I would want to watch. Alright, that's it for this one. Maybe I'll do this again for the sequel.